Holding on to anger, resentment, or grudges may feel like protecting yourself, but it actually traps your mind and emotions. Forgiveness isn't about excusing wrongdoing. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of past pain. In this video, we explore the profound psychology of forgiveness, why it matters for your mental and emotional health, and how letting go can transform your life. Learn actionable steps to release resentment, rebuild peace, and reclaim control over your emotional well-being. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as condoning harmful actions or forgetting what happened. In reality, it's an active choice to release the emotional burden of anger or resentment. Forgiveness separates you from the behavior of others without excusing it, allowing you to reclaim peace, clarity, and emotional energy. It's a personal journey, not dependent on the other person's apology or awareness. By forgiving, you gain freedom, not necessarily reconciliation. Psychology shows that holding grudges prolongs stress, anxiety, and even physical tension. Chronic resentment keeps your mind in a state of vigilance, triggering cortisol release and affecting health. Forgiveness, on the other hand, reduces these stress responses. It restores emotional balance, improves mental clarity, and strengthens resilience. Essentially, forgiving isn't just an emotional choice, it's a self-care strategy backed by science. Forgiving does not mean forgetting. Memory allows you to learn and protect yourself in the future. Forgiveness means you let go of the emotional charge attached to the memory. By distinguishing between emotional release and memory, you gain wisdom without being trapped by pain. You can acknowledge the harm, learn from it, and move forward without resentment. Fear, pride, and the desire for justice often block forgiveness. Many believe that forgiving is weakness, giving power to the offender or ignoring their suffering. In reality, forgiveness is a strength. It demonstrates emotional intelligence and self-mastery. Understanding these barriers helps you approach forgiveness intentionally rather than passively avoiding it. Holding grudges create invisible chains, draining energy, happiness, and focus. Forgiveness is like unlocking these chains. It allows emotional release, restores peace, and creates space for positivity. This freedom impacts every area of life: relationships, career, and personal growth. When you stop carrying resentment, you reclaim mental bandwidth for meaningful pursuits. Many people struggle to forgive themselves. Self-blame, regret, or guilt can weigh heavily. Self-forgiveness is crucial before you can fully forgive others. Self-forgiveness involves acknowledging mistakes, learning from them, and understanding that imperfection is human. It releases shame, rebuilds confidence, and sets the foundation for forgiving others genuinely. Empathy allows you to see the situation from the other person's perspective. Understanding their motivations, fears, or limitations doesn't excuse their behavior. It provides context. Empathy softens emotional intensity, reduces resentment, and facilitates the choice to release anger. It shifts focus from blame to understanding, creating a path towards inner peace. Steps to practice forgiveness. 1. Acknowledge your hurt. Recognize your pain and validate your emotions. 2. Accept the reality. Understand that the harm happened and cannot be undone. 3. Shift perspective. Practice empathy and consider the other person's context. 4. Release emotional attachment. Let go of anger and resentment, focusing on your peace. 5. Reframe the experience. Find lessons or growth opportunities from the situation. 6. Decide to forgive. Make a conscious choice to forgive for your own well-being. Forgiveness strengthens relationships by creating trust, understanding, and resilience.
Couples who practice forgiveness experience fewer conflicts, deeper emotional bonds, and healthier communication. It doesn't mean tolerating repeated harm, it means releasing past grievances to prevent emotional stagnation and fostering growth in the connection. Holding grudges at work harms productivity, collaboration, and emotional health. Forgiving coworkers or supervisors doesn't excuse poor behavior, but allows you to focus on solutions and maintain professional composure.
Research shows that forgiveness improves heart health, lowers blood pressure, reduces anxiety and depression, and boosts overall well-being. Emotional release from grudges improves sleep, concentration, and life satisfaction. Forgiveness is a tool for holistic health, impacting both mind and body. Letting go of resentment accelerates personal growth. It cultivates resilience, emotional intelligence, and a mature perspective on relationships. People who forgive are better at navigating conflict, setting boundaries, and fostering meaningful connections. Forgiveness becomes a catalyst for evolving into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Sometimes the pain feels too deep or the harm is ongoing. Forgiveness doesn't have to happen immediately. Start small, release minor resentments first, practice self-compassion, and allow time. Healing is gradual, and each step forward strengthens emotional freedom. Tools to support forgiveness: journaling, express emotions without judgment; meditation and mindfulness, observe pain without attachment; therapy or counseling, gain perspective and guidance for complex situations; affirmations, reaffirm your choice to prioritize peace. These practices make forgiveness a deliberate, empowering process rather than a vague ideal. Forgiveness doesn't just free you, it radiates outward, positively impacting everyone around you. When you release resentment, you reduce tension, lower conflict, and model emotional intelligence. People naturally respond to your calm and compassionate presence, creating a more harmonious environment. For example, forgiving a coworker for a past mistake doesn't just relieve your stress, it can improve teamwork, reduce gossip, and encourage others to adopt a more understanding approach. In families, forgiveness strengthens bonds, fosters trust, and teaches children healthy emotional responses. This ripple effect shows that your choice to forgive isn't isolated. It influences your social ecosystem, promoting empathy, understanding, and healthier connections in ways you may never fully see. Gratitude and forgiveness are deeply intertwined. Recognizing lessons learned and personal growth achieved through difficult experiences strengthens your ability to let go. Instead of focusing solely on the pain or loss, gratitude shifts attention to what the situation taught you or how it made you stronger. For instance, reflecting on a betrayal and acknowledging how it helped you identify boundaries, strengthen resilience, or recognize toxic patterns makes forgiveness easier and more meaningful. By combining gratitude with forgiveness, you transform suffering into a source of wisdom. Peace becomes the default state, and resentment loses its power to control your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. Forgiveness does not mean tolerating harmful behavior or repeatedly exposing yourself to mistreatment. Healthy forgiveness is paired with strong boundaries. Setting clear limits ensures that your emotional release doesn't come at the cost of safety or self-respect. For example, forgiving a friend who disappointed you doesn't mean accepting repeated betrayal. It means you release the anger for your own well-being while clearly communicating your limits. Boundaries protect your energy and teach others that respect and accountability are essential in relationships. Forgiveness with boundaries transforms it from passive letting go into a conscious, empowered decision that safeguards your mental and emotional health. Forgiveness is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Start by reflecting on small grievances, minor misunderstandings, irritations, or past disappointments. Use mindfulness techniques to acknowledge the pain, feel it fully, and then consciously release it. Daily practices might include journaling about what you're holding on to and why, pausing before reacting to conflicts to choose release over retaliation, meditating on empathy, seeing the situation from the other person's perspective, repeating affirmations like, "I release this resentment for my peace." Over time, this consistent practice strengthens emotional resilience, reduces the buildup of anger, and makes it easier to forgive larger hurts. Forgiveness is not passive. It is a powerful act of reclaiming control over your emotions. By letting go of resentment, you prevent the past from dictating your present and future. You become the master of your emotional state rather than a victim of someone else's actions. Empowered individuals choose peace over bitterness, clarity over confusion, and growth over stagnation. Forgiveness allows you to focus your energy on building meaningful relationships, pursuing goals, and cultivating joy, rather than being trapped in emotional cycles of revenge, regret, or rumination. It's a profound reminder that forgiving is not giving power away, it's taking power back. Forgiveness is ultimately a gift you give yourself first. It doesn't require forgetting the past, excusing the harm, or even reconciling with the person who hurt you. Its purpose is to free your mind, release emotional baggage, and create space for growth, love, and joy. When you forgive, you reclaim energy that was invested in resentment, reduce mental clutter, and cultivate a sense of peace that impacts every area of your life. Each act of forgiveness strengthens emotional resilience, enhances relationships, and brings clarity to your choices. Start small, practice consistently, and approach forgiveness as a lifelong journey. Remember, the true power of forgiveness lies not in changing others, it lies in freeing yourself. When you embrace this power, you experience liberation, joy, and an unshakable sense of inner peace.